Who wants to go on a road trip? The Monster stars Zoe Kazan, Ella Ballantine, and is directed by Bryan Bertino. So what's up, guys? Welcome to another, I guess, newish movie review. There's been a lot of great movies that aren't necessarily coming to theaters that are on other services like Amazon, like Netflix, like Vudu. And I just love that when you can actually watch a movie that is technically in limited theaters, but you can go ahead and watch it on VOD. And The Monster is one of those movies. And it's one that I was really curious about because the director is Bryan Bertino, who directed The Strangers, which I think is one of the best home invasion movies out there. And another reason I wanted to see this movie is because it is an A24 production, or they distributed it. But A24 is a company that I really trust, and it's a company that takes risks. You know, like Swiss Army Man is a great example. That's a movie that not every company would be completely confident in, but I loved Swiss Army Man. A24 hasn't done me wrong yet. So how is The Monster? Here we go. So The Monster is really about two characters for the most part. It's about Kathy and Lizzie. They are a mother-daughter duo, and they have a very strained relationship because of the problems that Kathy has had in the past. She is a severe alcoholic. She doesn't put her mother duties first and foremost, and Lizzie has been forced to take a step up and really be her own person, not depending on Kathy to take care of her. That is kind of the movie's strong point. The actual monster is really an afterthought. But how the monster comes into play is Lizzie wants to go stay with her dad, and so Kathy agrees to let's go ahead and get her to her father's. But of course she wakes up late because she's just a mess, and they end up having to drive through the night through this wooded area, completely desolate, nobody around, and then they come upon this wolf and they do a lot of damage to their car. And then all of a sudden, that's when the monster comes into play. And so throughout the rest of the movie, they're stuck and they're trying to figure out how to get through this nightmare because this monster, you know, attacks everybody that comes to try to help them. And the one big thing I really enjoyed about the monster is the relationship between Lizzie and Kathy. And I think it's edited very well too because throughout most of the movie, they're stuck on this desolate road and the monster is wreaking havoc. But every now and then they go into these flashbacks and you find out why the relationship is so strained, what Kathy has done to completely ruin her relationship with her daughter, and not only her daughter, but also everybody around her. And also, you would swear that Kathy is just a horrible mother. But there are these brief moments in the present where you can tell that she does love Lizzie, but she is her own worst enemy. And again, that is the movie's strong point. Honestly, I was more enthralled by this movie during the relationship parts than the actual monster attack parts. I don't really know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And let me tell you guys, for just having two actors for the most part, these two girls really do a great job, especially the little girl. She does a phenomenal job. Ella Ballantine, she has a bright future ahead of her because it's hard for a child to actually carry a movie, and she really holds her own throughout. Now, as far as any cons, there is a lot of ambiguity to this. You don't really find out that much about the monster, and I usually don't have a problem with not knowing much about the actual villain, but I would have liked just maybe a little bit. They really just give you nothing. So you do have some major questions at the end of this movie. Some might find that to be a pro. I wanted to know a little bit. Like I said, not a lot, but I wanted to know just something. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first finished this movie, I was not the biggest fan of it. But there was something about it that did kind of stay with me, so I wanted to wait a couple days before I actually reviewed it because I knew that it was something that needed to percolate. And I'm glad I did because I actually am looking forward to watching it again because I have a feeling that I'm gonna get more out of it the second time. So for that, I'm definitely gonna give it a high humdrum. And after the second watch, I might even kick it up to a purchase worthy. We'll see. So anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on The Monster? Looking forward to hearing them. Also, come on over to Killer Flicks where we talk horror all day, every day. And on Fridays, we do Free For All Fridays. If you like what I'm doing, please hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Social media links are down at the bottom. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and Drumdum out.